I knew that I wouldn't.
Santa Clarita's hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. James Brown music means only one thing. It's time for the Prima Pediatrics Healthcare Hour on AM 1220 KHTS. Prima Pediatrics, they honor that you have entrusted them. They feel honored. They are honored. Good heavens. Easy. It's a good thing I'm reading this right now. Jeez. They are honored that you have entrusted them with the care of your infants, children, adolescents, and teens, and young adults. You can find out more information on them at primapediatrics.net. Give them a call, 424-9000. Dr. Feldman joining us in studio. You're really the host of the show. I just throw up some softballs and you just knock them out.
You are my good backboard.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. We do. I found this article on WebMD about bad habits that can hurt kids. We talked about one, anxiety. You have a patient that is very anxious, and that's because her mother is the same way. And I have it's like a list of bad habits that can hurt your kids. So I want to run through those, if that's okay.
Sure.
So the first one is criticizing yourself in front of your kids.
Well, criticizing yourself in front of your kids, it depends on how you do it.
Okay.
I mean, if you say, I screwed up. I'm sorry. I should have done this. Don't do what I did. That's not so bad.
Okay.
But criticizing yourself in front of your kids, if you berate yourself and you just go over and over and over, oh my God, what did I do? I did the wrong thing. I am such an idiot. And carry on and do this on a regular basis, A, your kids will have no respect for you.
Yeah.
And B, they will also have very little self-worth, because self-worth is in part, and because somebody who is hypercritical of themselves is also going to be hypercritical of their kids.
Okay.
And when that happens, it just destroys self-worth. A lot of parents make the big mistake of being helicopter parents. They hover over their children. They won't let them do anything. Okay. Oh, no, don't put your finger in your nose. You might put it in your mouth. Oh, my goodness. And they go on and on and on. Oh, you got your socks dirty. You shouldn't get your socks dirty. Dirt is bad. Dirt carries germs. No, wrong. Kids need to explore their environment. Kids need to feel self-confident, so you should be able to, at very young ages, start to give them the ability to make decisions for themselves. Because if you take that entire thing away and you do not allow them to learn to self-soothe, such as in sleeping, let them cry it out. They'll learn that they can get themselves back to sleep, that they don't have to depend upon an external environment, i.e. their parent, to sleep. They can actually do it themselves. And that's part of the developmental importance of learning to trust yourself. And if you don't let them do that, and if you criticize yourself all the time, they're going to criticize themselves. They won't have self-worth. It's not a good thing.
And yes, so yeah, keep that in mind. But there is, criticize yourself. There is ways to constructively criticize yourself.
To constructively criticize yourself, for example, if you make a mistake, a real mistake, you say, gosh, that wasn't the right thing to do. I made a mistake. I'll have to correct it now, and I'll have to make sure I don't do it again.
Yeah.
And so if you're in front of your child and you say, listen, I made a mistake on this. This is the way it should be done. So learn with me so we can do it right together.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We're going to talk about bad habits, but kids pick up on good habits too, right?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the whole exercise and cycling thing, as we were speaking
Absolutely.
about in the break. In our household, I have always been not an exercise fanatic, but I've always exercised on a daily basis for the most part. And I have also primarily done, I've always spent time on the cycle or going to the gym or any one of a number of things. And as a result, my kids also do that. And interestingly enough, since I've had a healthy lifestyle, we have, all their grandparents are still alive. That means me and my group and my kids. And now my grandkids are all very aware that exercise is a very important part of life. And they spontaneously want to exercise with us. They spontaneously want to go places and do things. They go out and play. They eat healthy. They don't overeat. And they're very careful about how they treat their bodies so that they can stay healthy. And it's because it's an intergenerational transmission. I transmitted this to my kids, and my kids are transmitting it to their kids. And we're all healthy enough that my grandkids are seeing both their parents and their grandparents have a healthy lifestyle. So they have it too. And that's a positive influence.
Yeah, and I mean, not just exercise, but a positive attitude can be transgenerational as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No question about it.
So that's something you should keep in mind if you are, if you think about it that way. That not only will it help you now, that'll help you, and your kids, but their kids, and so on and so forth. Because of that positive attitude, or exercising and staying healthy, putting emphasis on that.
I have found that a lot of parents who can't do certain things that they need to do for themselves, if you tell them it's going to help their kids, will manage to do it somehow. It's a great motivator.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, we're going to get back into some of the habits. We're going to take a quick break. This is the Prima Pediatrics Healthcare Hour on AM 1220 KHTS.